down
Do I
here.
have to click that?
Right?
Click on it. Oh, Ben. No, end stream.
Is that true?
That's it. But it says live now in the corner. Fuck's sake. We've been talking for 10 minutes. Because Dick Face here pushed the wrong fucking button.
It says... Fucking, hang on.
Sorry.
Jim, we're really shit at this, aren't we? Fucking hell. We've been... literally at 7:30 as well. We started this stream at bang on 7:30.
You missed my fucking rant about climate change.
Oh, see, I can hear myself.
Talking for 10 minutes.
Oh, it's on here now.
It's working now, dickhead.
Oh,
and I've got no drink left. I'm gonna get
such a dick.
I'm going to get an alcoholic beverage, and we can do that all over again.
Well, I'll explain then, since it's my fault.
Do you want another drink?
I'll have another one of those, actually. Yeah, if you've got one. Cheers. Evening all. Apologies. We have actually been going since 7:30, but you won't know it because I didn't click start stream. The problem is, I got two. You're not going to be able to sit. Well, I don't know. I'll show you this. Hang on a minute. Have a look. So this is the setup. I got another laptop here, and on that laptop, I'm sort of got YouTube Studio open, and the laptop that this is on has got another. Anyway, you don't need to know the details, but effectively, I was streaming from this one, but I didn't click start stream on this one. So apologies, my bad. My bad. It did start at 7:30, and it was quite interesting as well. I managed to get Jim to do a bit of a rant just now on climate change, because he's a climate change denier.
I am not
By
a
the
climate
way,
change denier. That's not true.
This
at all.
episode is sponsored by Shell Oil. I do put Shell in my car, and I also on the Shell app I pay, I think is it 0.5p per litre. Every time I go and fill up, I pay 0.5p per litre, and they offset the carbon.
To make you feel better about it.
Yeah, which it does.
I
get
just
somebody else to
went
do
on
it.
a massive climate change rant.
You did.
I don't really want to do the whole thing over again.
It was good. It was good. Yeah, you missed it out. He was getting angry. He was getting fighty.
My point was, we won't do the whole thing again.
Jim
but
doesn't think that
No.
there's any such thing as climate change.
That's not it at all. Don't
You
put
said,
words
hang
in
on,
my
hang on.
mouth.
You said
No,
you're not going to
no.
go into it.
I'm not having you saying I don't believe in climate change. Okay, here's the thing. Climate change is happening. Okay, a tiny percentage of it is man-made. We are having an effect on the climate.
How small a
It is
percentage?
warming. Depends on who you listen to.
Right. Who have you been listening to?
The right people.
Oh, right. Okay. How do you know they're the right
This is
people?
what the rant was about.
Yeah.
So the rant was about what I can't abide is fucking hell, try and articulate this in a better way than I did it before. So if you go down a rabbit hole on the internet and you start trying to get into a subject, it's very easy for the Google algorithm to just send you off down a fucking hole and serve you stuff that, you know, keeps it's all about keeping your attention, isn't it?
Yes.
So when I get into a subject, I don't want to explore it. I'm very careful to try and listen to both sides of the argument, and you've got to do that with the internet the way it's set up at the moment, because
that's hard to do when you're getting a Google or a YouTube algorithm feeding you.
yeah, the feedback loop
as well.
is depends what you search for. You've got to search, because it will, like you say, it'll serve you up stuff that sort of
Yes.
agrees with. You get stuck in this echo chamber.
That's
don't
right.
you?
Exactly.
That's what happens with social media and. Anyway, fuck it. Yeah.
So anyway, climate change denial.
Yeah, no. But it's not. Anyway, let's not do that again. Is there anybody there?
Yeah.
What's the audio like, by the way? Because we're outside and there's a bit of background noise and a bit of wind.
Can you
and-
guys hear us okay? Might take about 30 seconds to get an answer. Evening, Skip. Leave my rights alone. I like that. That's a good name, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Leave my rights alone. Well, we can't really leave your rights alone. I'm not sure if I agree with that now, actually. I think where that person is coming from to have a name like that. But you can't just say, leave my rights alone. Because you never had them once. They weren't rights once. They became rights, didn't they?
So now leave my rights alone.
Yeah, but leave them alone until they need to be changed. I mean, it used to be that actually, leave my rights alone. I need my slaves.
All right, fair enough. It's quite a good argument.
Get
off my slaves.
You've got to move with it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you've got to move with the times a bit. But I know what they're saying. Don't make laws that tell me what to think. I think.
You know, that's the whole fucking hell, we won't go down this rabbit hole, but that's the whole Jordan Peterson thing, isn't it? About compelled speech.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is that's where I would draw the line.
Yeah,
is
totally.
the compelled speech thing.
Yeah.
Don't fucking tell me what I have to say.
Yes.
You can tell me what I shouldn't say.
Yeah.
But don't force me to say something.
Don't make it legal.
Don't make
it a criminal.
Don't make
act.
it illegal if I speak these words.
Yes, exactly.
You're on the slippery slope.
Yeah.
We're all going to hell in a fucking handcart, aren't we? If that happens.
Absolutely.
And I tell you what, we're getting close to that. The
audio's fine.
There's
Thank
half
you.
half the population now are looking for something to be offended by.
The Earth needs more carbon. Those are the comments that we got. Well, actually,
I know what you're going to say.
What am I going to say?
You're going to say something about the carbon molecule is always a carbon molecule, and
I was going to say there's always a say about the carbon.
Yeah. It's just in different forms.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Thoughts on net zero? I don't really know what that means.
Hang on a minute.
Before you say that.
All right.
For me, net zero, I think most people mean, and I'm prepared for people to shout at me for this, I think what most people mean when they say net zero is, I want my stuff, but I don't want that stuff at the expense of pumping more carbon into the atmosphere, right? That's what I think they mean. So I got an electric car, or whatever it is, I've offset the amount of carbon that I would use, so it's a net zero carbon. However, I don't think people are taking into consideration where that technology comes from in the first place and the amount of carbon that's required to make that technology
absolutely.
in the first place. I think net zero is a bit of a misnomer, to be honest.
The whole fucking thing is there's just this media fucking frenzy over climate change, and we're just getting fed this fucking narrative. If you dig under the surface the tiniest little bit and search out information about, we talked before it actually went fucking live about the IPCC report.
Yeah.
The shit we're getting fed from mainstream media is not the actual facts of the matter. And all the, there's this saying, isn't there, 90% of climate scientists agree that that's absolute bullshit. Absolute and utter bollocks. Because there are a whole nother load of people, very qualified, just as entitled to an opinion, that get fucking shouted down because they say, hang on a minute, these models you're using, they don't fucking stand up. The margin of error is so massive when you project them into the future, and you're basing fucking policy that are going to condemn 6 million people to fucking energy poverty and starve them after fucking death. I just honestly, I get furious about it.
How do you know?
You don't know, do you?
No, that's my point. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm saying
this is what I'm saying
how can you trust the information you're even finding?
You have to not take stuff at face value.
Yes.
Which is what I'm saying about don't get yourself trapped in a fucking echo chamber.
Absolutely.
So when people cite a report or say such and such a person fucking says, actually go and do a little bit of research and make sure they are a real person that's a professor of whatever, and they've got they're credible.
Yeah.
Because it's very easy, isn't it, to say, oh well, this. I'm all about the fucking facts. I'll take the politics out of it, take people's opinion out of it.
Yeah.
I want the fucking actual information. We get treated like fucking morons by
the
mainstream media.
The hard part is, and I get this in my day job, right? My day job is to manage a team of people that are way more qualified than I am. They got PhDs in God knows this, that and the other. And I have to manage their output. And I have this come up a lot, and that is, how do I know that you've done it right?
Yeah.
Unless I go and get a PhD in the thing that you're doing, I don't know. Everything has to come down to, there is a level of trust somewhere and an element of faith. You cannot do it without.
You're measuring these people somehow, right?
Yeah, yes, but only through my own intuition and my experience and my spidey sense.
But you're measuring their output somehow.
Well, and there's an output. There is something real at the end of it, but you can do that with climate science as well. There is something real at the end of it.
Yeah, because actually, I know from previous conversations, you've had a few people that have, how to put it, fucked around for months, and because haven't got a PhD, you can't. They're saying words to you.
Yeah,
that
it sounds great.
great.
Sounds great, which is what a lot of people do.
And you're
in the
believing
press.
them.
And you're like, okay, yeah, you've
That
got
sounds
the
really
qualifications.
believable.
You know what you're talking about. Okay, I will trust you.
So this actually full circle back to my point, right? Is we're getting fed this narrative, and this sounds really conspiracy theory, and I'm not that guy at all. But we are getting fed this narrative, and if you dig a little bit underneath, there are a whole load of other scientists and experts. They're just getting shouted down because they don't. And what happens is this is a fact that if you don't sort of toe the line and spew the narrative, you know, all these university, all these professors, they need funding, don't they?
Yeah, they don't get the funding.
They
if
don't
you're
get
not
the
saying
funding.
the right things.
If you don't say the right stuff and toe the line, then you don't get the funding.
Where else have we seen that? Isn't it the wokiness?
No, well, that's exactly what it is.
Seeing the same thing.
All the universities have been fucking taken over by the woke wet wipes. They fucking have, honestly.
Oh dear. I got there's loads of comments here.
Give me a motorbike question, please.
Hang on a minute. Less carbon, the plants die off, no more oxygen.
Hang on, here's the thing.
What?
Here's a fact, and I'll get my numbers a bit mixed up.
Is it a fact?
But the essence of this is right, and you can go and look this up, right? Since the millennium, right, since the year 2000, the world, this is a big number, right, and this will blow your fucking mind, the world, I think this is the right number, is 15% greener than it was in 23 years.
Really?
Because of the carbon. And nobody fucking talks about that. And
where is it greener?
Is
it plankton?
No, deserts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so what happens is because of the carbon in the atmosphere, because they need carbon dioxide, right, for photosynthesis and whatever. They don't need to open their pores when they apparently. I'm not a fucking biologist, am I? But the basic premise is for a plant for photosynthesis to happen, the pores of the plant have to open.
Yeah.
And water evaporates.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So they don't need to, because there's more carbon dioxide in the air. They don't need to open their pores as much.
Right.
So they're not evaporating as much water, so they can live in more arid places.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
So it's so.
See, that all sounds.
So hang on.
That all sounds very credible.
And if you do any sort of research, it's real.
Yeah.
So all the doomsayers are like, oh, the deserts are going to expand, and the exact opposite has happened, right? The deserts have got smaller.
Right.
On the boundaries have all greened. And it's a massive effect, apparently. Nobody ever fucking talks about that.
See, now I watched a documentary on the BBC the other day.
And it's stuff like that.
Guy.
The fact
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you whilst you were interrupting.
Well, don't fucking interrupt me then. So, a helicopter. So, why does that never get mentioned? It's because it doesn't
Well, I was
fit
just
the
about
fucking,
to mention
it,
it, but you're trying to shut me down. You're trying to turn me off, Jim, so I don't have something that might disagree with what you have to say.
It doesn't fit the narrative, does it? That's the thing, so it never gets mentioned.
Yeah, but
anyway, go on, speak now. You have my permission.
Oh, all right.
Hang on, I'm not in fucking shot.
I was watching a documentary on the BBC the other day
Let's turn this light on. That might be. Oh,
fucking hell, Jim! Jesus Christ! Turn that down.
Somebody turned the sun on. We got this light here because we knew we'd be silhouetted.
A little bit less. That'll do. That's better.
How's that? Is that better?
Fuck it. I'm not telling you now. No, you obviously don't want to hear this side of the story.
Go on.
You don't.
No, I do.
That's fine. Let's go to some comments.
Oh, fuck off! You've just forgotten your question.
It was a BBC documentary about. Oh, fucking hell, I can't even remember now because you put me off. It was about somewhere on the edge of the Sahara, I think it was, and it was a lush green place 30 years ago.
Right.
And now it's a fucking sandpit basically. And everyone's having to move and leave their houses, and it's being sent to the desert.
Send me a link.
But there must be.
Know about that.
it's on the iPlayer, and it's BBC, so it must be true. See, now that's actually that's a thing. No, I know, but my point is, you do go to places that you trust, don't you? Some people go to Fox News, for example, and they trust Fox News.
Yeah. Well, they get fed the fucking narrative they believe. This is what I was talking about. Is everybody gets trapped in a fucking echo chamber.
Leave my rights alone. I like your comments. Who owns the media? Yeah, you tell him. Mr. Malamoto says, more CO2 means more crops. Yep,
absolutely,
quite right.
It does.
Here's a question for you, and a question for all of you in YouTube land. Again, I'm not a climatologist. climate scientist.
gynecologist.
Well,
I'm not a gynecologist, but
I'll have a go.
Good look at it for you. In the words of Roy Chubby Brown.
If all oxygen-giving plant life died out right now, how long would the human race have to live with the oxygen that's left in the atmosphere?
Do you know the answer to this?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. I wouldn't even be able to fathom a guess. I don't know. A year?
It's over 1,000 years.
Oxygens?
Yes.
Is that true?
Yeah, well, I don't know because I have not gone out and done the measurements. But if you look online,
PhD.
I haven't done the PhD, but I read that, so it must be true.
Fuck me. Did you read it on Wikipedia?
I can't remember where I read that now. It was a source that I clearly trusted because I remembered it thinking,
Wikipedia.
hell. Yeah. No, I don't think it was Wikipedia. Mr. Malamotti says 2 weeks. Well, I mean, you might be right. I don't think you are because I read it and it said over 1,000 years. So I don't know. Maybe you need to go and check it yourselves and then report back. Petrol engine ban 2030. Thoughts? Where is it being banned in 2030? Because it's not here anymore. Oh, hang on. Petrol engines. Yeah. Hang on a minute. Is petrol cleaner than diesel?
No, because of the particulate matter.
Why is it?
Worse for
Why
humans,
is it
isn't
then?
it?
I can drive through the ULEZ without paying any money, and Emma can't. Then?
What, in your fucking S8?
Yes.
You can go in a ULEZ without
I can
paying?
go in all the ULEZ. If we go to the centre of Bristol, we got to take my car, otherwise Emma gets charged. What's that all about?
Yeah, but ours is a diesel. That's fair enough.
No, you just said petrols are worse than diesels.
No, I said diesels are worse than...
We'll watch it back.
All right, watch it back. No, I meant, if it came out that way, I apologise, but
right.
Diesels are worse because of
yes,
the particulate
right,
matter.
okay, good. That's the answer I was looking for.
Yeah.
You've given me
I mean,
confirmation.
fucking hell, we all know about the VW, the VAG fucking diesel engine scandal, don't we?
Yeah, VAG.
The VAGI. This is going to really annoy me watching this back.
Why?
Can you lock the exposure?
No.
It's doing a weird...
Well, it's a laptop, isn't it? We need more lighting.
And it's getting a bit grainy, look, because of the low light.
Oh my god. All right, well, let's just kill ourselves then.
Look on that one. It looks...
Yeah, well, that looks all right.
Yeah, but watch it. Watch what happens. Just watch it. It's doing a fucking flickery.
Look at that. That screen looks much better than that screen, doesn't it?
Anyway,
this
what was the
laptop.
question?
There wasn't a question. I was just looking at the comments. Euro 6. Yes, that's true, actually.
What?
Euro 6. Maybe that's the difference between a petrol engine and the diesel. It's Euro 6, isn't it? Does that have something to do with all the catalytic converters and all that shit?
Fucking hell, yeah, the Euro thing has a lot to do with there's all sorts
of
shit in there.
If I put a Miltech exhaust and decat it, or what do they call it? They call it micro-catting now, or something like that. Some bullshit that.
Yeah, but it's not going to affect the category on DVLA's fucking list, is it?
No,
you
exactly.
Do what you want.
Exactly. But in real life,
you could get your S8 right, put a fucking massive, great big diesel engine in it. You could roll fucking coal through the middle of the ULEZ,
Jesus Christ,
and it would be fine. In fact, let's do that. That's a YouTube video
right there.
That
is a good YouTube video. That is driving straight through the ULEZ.
Let's smash a few ULEZ cameras up as we go.
Plumb some seals on the way. Are we living in a computer simulator? Yes.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Yeah.
This is the shit we talk about all the time.
It is exactly what we talk about.
We're living in the Matrix.
Yeah.
What you want to do, if you really want to fucking freak your kids out, how do you know it's real?
Yeah.
Because they've fucked around in VR a little bit, so they got a sense of what VR... How do you know this isn't actual VR?
Yeah.
And you can see their little brains going,
oh, Daddy. It keeps them awake at night. I heard the other day that the universe might actually be in somebody's brain. We might all be living in somebody's brain. Because when you look out, when you expand the view of the entire universe,
right,
and you're looking at all the connections and all the...
It looks like a human brain.
It looks like all the synapses in a human brain.
I've heard that. Yeah.
Could be. I'm definitely one of them that is bringing the intelligence of that being down a little bit. Oh dear. Petrol bans means we are knackered with the electric cars setting themselves on fire and no recharge points. Yeah, there is. I don't think we're seeing them sitting on fire.
No, I don't think the fire thing's a thing. I think, once again, the media's fucking got hold of it, made it seem way fucking... you know,
I think I'd have an electric car.
I'd have an electric car in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
As a means from getting from A to B.
As a means of conveyance.
You know, I'm a fucking petrol head, obviously.
Yeah.
But it makes sense, I think.
See, I like the technology. I think if we can...
But that's it. We're into technology, aren't we? So it's a conversation, Ben, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, don't fucking shut up.
I was going to say...
I'll just shut my mouth.
What the fuck was I going to say? Oh, yeah, electric cars. If you it's got to be microgeneration and local battery storage and stuff like that. It's got to be a sort of... what's the word when you spread something around? What is that word I'm looking for? A spread out architecture, not just you don't have one big power station then have lines going out miles. You do your generation neighbourhood generation.
I know the word you're thinking of. I can't think of it either.
Fuck. Oh, you know what I mean. Anyway,
I know what you mean.
But that's what we need.
Yeah.
You know, Rolls-Royce have developed.
I know exactly what you're going to say.
A little tiny nuclear reactor.
Like shipping container size reactor.
Albury are getting one.
You know where that technology comes from?
No.
Nuclear submarines.
But nuclear submarines is where the technology came from originally anyway.
Right.
That's the whole point of a nuclear reactor. Was
Malky was... we've got a friend, he works for... Anyway, it doesn't matter. Probably doesn't want to be mentioned. But he was saying something with his work about that.
It's a good idea, isn't it?
Well, it makes sense, doesn't it? You know, Dursley could have their own fucking reactor.
Yeah.
And, you know, we could suck it up and have a couple of wind turbines.
Yeah.
And a few fields covered in solar panels. And all get energy efficient fucking houses. And actually...
People don't like the word nuclear, though, do they?
It's the best fucking way.
I completely agree.
What changed then? Oh,
that light
went off.
Hadn't affected it, though, is it?
You know, I think modern nuclear plants are super safe, and
I'm looking forward to the fusion reactors coming online.
They've fucking we're away though, aren't we? I mean, it
not as far away as you think.
Really? You sent me that YouTube video.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I know I did watch the whole thing.
It's very clever, isn't it? Very clever.
Yeah, very clever.
And I can't help but think the way that they've got their fusion reaction working, where they take those two particles down and they collide in the middle. If you turn that all up on end, that's the warp core from a starship in Star Trek.
Right.
It's basically that.
Fair play. Fucking hell, I hope we live long enough to see it. Here's another thing. Starships all stacked, ready to go.
Yes.
You seen
that? You know, I said earlier I've got a talking point.
Right.
Yeah, it was that.
Oh, is that?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
SpaceX. Are you guys in? Do you follow SpaceX?
Oh, I hope so.
Fucking fascinating, man. It's now that because of that stack, because they're doing hot staging.
Yes.
That's now the tallest rocket ever built.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, and the most powerful, obviously, but makes
Mad,
Saturn V look like a kid's fucking toy.
Fucking hell. That's a scary thought, isn't it?
It's
Mind you,
unreal.
when you think about it, Saturn V, what are we talking about? 80 years ago that was being developed.
How is that 80 years
I know.
ago?
It doesn't seem right, does it, to say it like that? But we're in 2024 nearly.
Was it 19... When was the first Saturn V? 19...
Well, they started off with the original Saturn series it was the very early 60s, basically, wasn't it? But the whole design was done in the 50s.
Yeah. Fucking hell, is it that long ago?
Yeah.
How have we not been back to the moon?
I know.
It beggars belief.
The Indian one, is it Chandrayaan or I can't remember the name of it. The one that the Indians sent to the South Pole of the moon.
Right.
It's driving around there at the moment.
Okay.
It's detecting lots of little earthquakes.
No way.
Yeah, it's vibrating, basically.
Okay.
And when I heard that, my first thought was, at the start of Independence Day, the moon is vibrating, isn't it?
Right.
And I thought, it's on its way. They're coming. So Pakistan landing on the moon. Yeah, go tell India that. Dare you. Mr. Malamoto says, not in our lifetime. That is quitter talk, that is, Mr. Malamoto.
What, not in our lifetime?
I'm going to assume he's talking about fusion power.
I think he's right if he's talking about fusion.
Oh, no. No, I disagree.
I'm talking about commercial...
No, I disagree. I reckon in the next 20 years we'll have fusion reactors connected to the power grid delivering power.
You reckon?
Yeah. Yeah. And that one I sent you, that was already their 5th generation. They're on generation 7 now.
Right.
And their Generation 7 is basically where they get a net output that's greater than the net input. I mean, it's coming. And that's not the only
What's wrong
team
with
doing
nuclear? Nuclear fucking works. It's completely clean.
Yeah, but no, it isn't.
All right. We can.
It's not complete. You
All
can't
right.
say. See, you can't say that. It's not.
Listen, when Elon gets his shit together, we get all the nuclear waste, put it on a starship, fuck it off somewhere.
No, because that was already thought about. The reason they bury it in the ground now is because it's too risky to send it on a rocket and put it into the sun.
What, in case it goes bang.
Yeah, if it goes bang up there and you fucking shower. I mean, you make sure it goes over Russia, I suppose, don't you? So if it does go wrong, they get
Yeah,
it.
but you just send it out into deep space. You don't even.
Yeah,
need
but it's got to get there first. You've got to have 100% reliability.
I reckon you could contain it in some sort of fucking titanium shell.
There is a whole.
If it went bang, it would just make a big hole in the ground.
There is a whole study on this. NASA have done papers on it. You can go and read them.
Hey, I tell you what I was watching.
Hang on, you're allowed to say it?
No, it's not that.
All right.
Something else. Spin launch.
Oh, have they done one? Have they
fucking hell? They've.
Did it get to orbit?
No, hang on a minute. Because I don't know whether they've got to orbit, but they're. I mean, the technology's fucking sound.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? It works.
Well,
it's like
it's there.
throwing something into orbit. It's just.
I haven't seen them because I've seen them do a couple of aborted tests.
There's a new YouTube video.
Is there?
Like a walk around the facility. They're on like Generation 5 already.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
The thing I can't.
Have you seen how quickly the doors open?
Interrupt me.
Oh yeah, I did. All right, I'll take that one.
What I can't get past is the thing that you're throwing into space.
Yeah.
It's what's the G-forces it's got to stand when it's been spun?
Oh, it's loads, isn't it?
So, is that really a thing? I suppose everything like circuitry's all solid state.
Yeah.
Like mini satellites and stuff. But whatever it is you're throwing into space, if you don't know what spin launch is, go and have a
look.
Have a look. It's fucking
It's
fascinating.
clever, yeah.
Basically, there's this massive, great big. It's fucking hundreds of foot across, this carbon fibre arm, and they fucking spin it around with basically a rocket on the end or a projectile on the end, and it's in a vacuum, and there's like this membrane, and they time it just right. It's spinning around, and they fucking basically let it go, and it breaks through because it's got to be in a vacuum, so there's no air molecules in the way, so they can spin it fast enough. Breaks through this membrane, and it's doing like fucking 10 times the speed of fucking sound when it comes out of the thing, and it basically throws the fucking projectile into orbit.
Yeah.
It's bonkers to think that's even
mad,
possible, isn't it?
7 miles a second it's got.
It's just
that's
insane.
Yeah, it is something like that, isn't it?
But
yes, it's
the
fast.
technology
anyway.
is sound, and
Yeah.
it's a thing.
Yeah.
But I just don't. In my brain, it's like the G-forces on that fucking thing spinning round. What's a useful payload? Is what I can't. It's not you can't put people in it. Clearly,
Well, you can.
They'd be all
They'd
mush.
just be a bit mushed at the end, wouldn't they? The thing, I've got an engineer on my team, and he's designed a circuit board that had to stand up to 10,000 G.
Really?
Yeah.
Was he working for Spin Launch by any chance?
I don't know. Maybe.
Jesus
But
Christ.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, it was a ridiculous amount.
Fucking hell. I mean, I suppose if everything's potted in some sort of rock hard resin,
I suppose. Yeah.
it's
Dunno.
fine, isn't it? But
Yeah.
just the energy involved. Fucking hell.
Did you see the guy that I don't know, I just thought of it because you're talking about G-forces. The guy that was it in the 40s maybe? He was the one that was doing
Sorry showing you my armpit. Oh, hang on, it's too much.
I'm gonna turn it.
Is that better? Is it going to go grainy as fuck if we do
Yeah,
that?
turn it up.
Turn it up and let the camera adjust.
Yeah, that's it.
It's fucking bright.
He was in charge of doing ejector seats or something to do with ejector seats when jet engines had just first been put into aircraft for the war.
Right. It's like Second World War stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
But he had this great big long railway track with like a shuttle on it. And what they would do is they would fire that down the track on a rocket and see how quickly you could stop without killing someone.
I'll volunteer for that.
No, he volunteered himself.
Really?
Yeah, fucking hell. I've watched some footage.
His fucking eyeballs popped out of his head.
Literally popped out of his head. And all of the dust.
I said that in jest, not knowing.
No.
That's actually what happened.
His eyeballs popped out of his head. Yeah. He was blind temporarily and they got it all back in.
Oh,
and
he like detached retina or
Yeah,
something. His eyes didn't fucking fall out.
all of his back was completely grazed. It looked like someone had dragged him down a road.
Right.
And it was the dust particles coming out of the seat. had gone into his back.
No way.
Yeah.
But he survived.
Yeah, he survived. I mean, he was a bit messed up.
What about
but
all his internal organs and
yeah,
stuff?
he survived.
He was a sack of mush.
He was a little bit more liquid.
How many
than when he started.
G's is that?
I can't remember. But I mean, you can watch the actual test.
So that's how much force can we put through an ejector seat, basically? Right.
Well, no, it's how fast can you be going and eject? Because if you're supersonic and
you're hitting the air.
You come to an hard stop, don't you?
Right, okay.
So they fired this
Right,
rocket
it's not
propelled...
the firing you out of the seat.
No.
It's the fucking
yeah.
concrete wall of air you hit
Exactly.
when you fucking come out of the canopy.
Yeah, exactly
Right,
that.
okay. I mean, yeah, that's that. Somebody's got to fucking test it, haven't they?
Well, he did.
Somebody's got to be the first guy that gets ejected out of an airplane.
Yeah, exactly.
Haven't they?
Yeah.
Imagine being that guy.
No, I don't want to. I'm glad someone else is doing this.
Fucking hell. We forget this stuff. There's so much you just
I know.
take for granted, and fucking hell.
Yeah. So Skip Donahue is talking about the UFO that was tracked by the Nimitz was doing 3,500 miles per minute. Well, actually, no, that doesn't make sense because you put mph per minute, but I think you mean, I don't know what you mean actually. 3,500 miles per minute, maybe that's what he means. Anyway, yes, it was insanely fast, wasn't it?
Hang on a minute.
He's talking about the tick. Are you talking about the tic tac thing?
That doesn't work. That's almost. What's the speed of light?
186,000 miles per second. In a vacuum.
Yeah, I'd need a calculator. Anyway, what's the question?
Yeah, that's nowhere near the speed of light. 3,500 miles a minute.
I was in my brain was trying to figure it out.
Yeah. So no, he's just talking about the tic tac and how quick that was.
That's some fucking hell. We could
That's
go down.
interesting.
We could go down the UFO thing.
See, now I like you with the climate thing. I've done a deep dive on this.
I know you sent me stuff to watch.
Yeah, and it's. I'm not saying anything about what it is. I'm just saying that there are tracked things.
There's stuff going on,
and there's a lot of declassification happening of things that nobody can say we know what it is, basically. But the speed at which some of them seem to move in their videos is exactly as you say. It's ridiculous.
And yeah, the way stuff just sort of defies physics is the weird thing, isn't it?
But this has not been said by me. I'm repeating what other people are saying, and it only looks like it's defying the laws of physics from our perspective.
Yeah.
From its perspective, it might not be.
Yeah.
Defying the laws of physics. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and you can go there with the whole.
If you think about other dimensions or whatever else, or time shifty type stuff, if you're moving at relativistic speeds, what it might look like to us isn't actually what's happening.
Turning into the conspiracy podcast. What I was when you were saying that, I was thinking about what's the fucking guy from Area 50?
Oh, Bob Lazar.
Bob Lazar, when he talks about that anti-gravity thing, because that sort of the way that's described is that defies gravity, doesn't affect it, so you can actually move at supersonic speed instantly, and you're not affected if you're within that.
Well, you're in your own gravity.
Fucking hell, we're going off on a.
This is what it would be like down the pub, though,
No,
Jim.
that's true.
Here's another one for you. You know where you see pictures of black holes,
right?
And they show you a black hole, and it looks like there's a ring around it and a ring over it.
The event horizon.
Yeah. You know the ring that goes over it?
Okay.
That isn't actually there. That ring that's above it is actually the rest of the ring behind it. But because the black hole is curving space and time so much, you can see the other side of the black hole from in front of itself.
I'm gonna have to think on that for a while and look at a picture of it.
I found that out the other day, and I'm like, yeah, that does make sense. So basically, if you were able to be moving around quite near to the event horizon of a black hole, if you stayed there long enough, you'd be able to see the back of your head.
For fuck's sake.
You would?
Okay.
Anyway.
Can we have a motorbike question, please?
Well, should we go back to the beginning for a motorbike question? Because we were talking about ethanol.
Oh, we were talking about ethanol. I didn't even know what that first question was.
Excuse me.
75% ethanol.
85. E85.
Fuck, I didn't even know that was a thing. Where's that, France?
Well, he's saying it's only... He's not saying that you can necessarily buy that at a filling station. He's saying it's now half the price of petrol. And lots of riders are installing conversion kits. So, should we do that?
And he said something about fuel injected only, didn't he?
Yeah, he said injection bikes only, no carbureted engine seems to handle it well.
I didn't even know E85 was a thing. I mean, that is fucking hell, 15% normal gas, isn't it?
It's a lot,
the rest
isn't
of it's ethanol. I'm not there. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I'd be interested to know what the conversion. I can understand why it wouldn't work with the carburetor, because it's massively hydroscopic ethanol, and it would just fuck the carbs because you just
So you actually need water in the fuel?
No, you don't need water, and it just absorbs moisture.
Right.
On a rapid rate of knots. That's with ethanol in carburetors. A lot of the damage is done by the moisture the ethanol is absorbing.
Right.
Do you understand what I mean?
Oh, I see. So more water.
Yeah, and the water does the corroding of the parts.
I'm with you.
I'm with you.
What I mean? I understand now.
I'm not the authority. I don't know. And the conversion, it's going to burn differently. It's got to. And
I suppose that's the conversion then, is it?
Well, and what's
is it a timing thing?
What's the stoichiometric of ethanol compared to pump fuel? It's not going to be 14.6. it's going to be different. It's going to burn differently. So your fuel maps are all going to be different. And
excuse me.
I don't know enough about it without doing the research and trying to sort of wrap. I don't like. Well, you know what I'm like. I don't want to. With motorbike stuff, I don't want to talk about stuff I don't understand, because I'd like to think when I do open my mouth, when it's to do with a motorbike, I am sort of the authority. I do, without blowing smoke up my own arse, I kind of understand. If I'm going to talk about it, I know what I'm talking about.
I think it's understood
this fucking hell. Don't get me started. There are so many people on the internet, especially around the sort of bike industry, that are dressing up opinion as fact, and it fucking does my head in.
Didn't they mention one in the comments earlier? Didn't it? Who was it? Someone said,
if you're gonna,
what's his name?
If you're gonna wax lyrical about something, fucking understand what you're talking about, and don't just spread the last lot of bullshit you read online or you watched in. You know what I mean? Just
Well, you've got to. Yeah, if you're gonna have an opinion and you're gonna put it on a public platform.
Back to the whole fucking climate thing. Base your thoughts on actual, real, measurable fucking facts.
I'm sure someone mentioned in here Del Boy's garage or something like that.
Oh yeah, maybe fucking Del Boy.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sure. I
find
can't
that comment. That'll be a good.
I can't find it, but someone definitely wrote it. I remember seeing it earlier.
Del Boy.
But anyway, he's an authority, though, isn't he?
Del Boy. I remember watching a Del Boy video. I don't want a Del Boy bash. There's enough people online fucking Del Boy bashing. And you can't knock it. I don't know how many. He's got like 150,000 subscribers or something. You can't knock it. No, right. He's got an audience. Fair play to him.
Yeah.
And what's the guy's name? I don't watch his channel anymore because it's a little bit. I'm of the opinion if you haven't got anything good to say, don't fucking say it. And this guy is the opposite of that.
Oh, is he?
It's called The Workshop, his channel.
And he just knocks everybody else,
Well, a lot of his videos, you know these videos where somebody just critiques somebody else's video and tells them how shit they are?
Yes.
There's quite a lot of that going on.
Right, okay.
And most of it is Del Boy bashing. And some of it's really fucking funny. You know, the guy's super witty. You know, he
right.
Like, I don't know, you know, he says a lot of his stuff looks like hammered dog shit. And, you know, just like, he's witty and he's...
That's not nice.
He's the sort of guy you'd go down the pub with and he's...
Yeah.
I like him because he's fucking opinionated. He's not blowing in the fucking wind. Do you know what I mean? He's got... We've bumped heads a couple of times, like the whole copper grease thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But he's got fucking opinions, which in this day and age is a good thing, isn't it?
You need to stand up and
he's not prepared to stand up and say, I've got a fucking... He'd be a good guest, actually.
Yeah. Well, let's get him on.
So, you know, he's got strong opinions about stuff and he's not prepared to fucking stand his ground and argue the... And in this day and age, it's a breath of fresh air. Anyway, but he does quite a lot of Del Boy bashing, and it got a little bit like, oh fucking hell, really again? And I used to watch his stuff. I've given up now. And I ain't got time now.
Yeah, that time is the killer, isn't it?
But yeah, some of Del Boy's stuff. Del Boy did. I remember the first time I ever came across Del Boy, and he was talking about synchromesh. This you might not understand, but he was talking about synchromesh. Did you
just try and mansplain something to me? Is that
maybe
you might not understand, fucking peasant?
He was telling everyone about synchromeshes in this motorbike gearbox.
Yes,
they don't have synchromeshes, Benji.
Synchromeshes are a gearbox thing, though, aren't they?
Yeah, but not in a motorbike gearbox.
Oh, right.
That was the point.
Oh, right.
And,
Okay.
and it was very evident that he'd heard the word synchromesh.
Right. Okay.
And motorbike gearbox.
Right.
And this is what I'm saying about people dressing opinion up as fact.
Yeah.
And you watch this video, he's fucking deadpan, he's talking about this thing like he's the fucking authority.
Yeah.
And if you didn't know any different,
You just take
you
it
just
as read.
take it as fucking
See,
read.
this is
this is what fucking drives me mad.
They do say when you're public speaking, 90% how you say it, 10% what you say.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this is
Isn't it?
yeah.
And that's a perfect example. You just say it enough.
Fucking hell. I need to fucking lie down. We've got to make this reason. How long have we been going? We've got to make this a bit short because you need to fuck off to wherever you're going tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm all right for a minute. We're doing all right. So, is it a bit choppy? Is the video? Can somebody tell me if the video is a bit choppy?
Yeah,
is
it looks choppy on that screen, doesn't it?
But I don't know if that's a true. This laptop might be shit. Del Boy was good for anyone who starts getting into motorbikes.
That's fair enough.
Leave my rights alone, says.
He's very Del Boy's very. I mean, he's easy to watch. You know, he's good on camera. He's confident.
Yeah.
He's a friendly sort of a guy. It's not all completely factual.
His garage is a bit untidy, though, isn't it?
No, he's.
Is he tidied it up?
I don't fucking know. I haven't watched this stuff for fucking years.
Oh, they're saying it is a bit choppy. Sorry about that.
It's a Starlink.
It's a Starlink. It's
We're
getting dark. Maybe that's what it is.
We're on a Starlink. My daughter came out and said, that looks like a wobbly table.
That's a bit shit. I wonder why it's doing that. That's because we need a decent internet connection, Jim.
Yeah.
Is it? You shouldn't be downloading all that porn on your phone.
I am, but I'm not using your Starlink for that.
Oh yeah, it's true.
No. My VPN won't work.
But you shouldn't.
On your
But you
Starlink.
shouldn't be downloading that porn anyway.
Yeah, Delwood did this thing, which was a little bit controversial. He took this is years ago, and he got slated for it because people were sort of watching him and then copying what he did. So he took a fucking radiator cap off a hot engine and blew fucking coolant out everywhere.
Jesus.
I know a guy that lost sight in one eye doing that.
Fucking hell, really?
Yeah, hot fucking water in one of his eyes burnt his fucking eyeball out.
I've done that in a Mini.
You're a fucking idiot then, aren't you?
Yeah, I was. I used to have talking of bikes, I used to have a ZX6R. It used to piss its coolant everywhere if I was racing somebody. I came to a stop.
Dodgy radiator cap, probably.
I don't know. But I'd be congratulating myself for winning the race
And it'd
in
have a fucking
a
wee on the
lay-by,
floor.
and it'd just wee everywhere.
Yeah. Just blowing it out of the expansion bottle.
Pretty much.
I wonder if when we watch this back it's going to be choppy, or whether in YouTube land it'll fucking...
No, I think it's going to be just as choppy as we're seeing it there.
Well, let's not piss everybody off then.
Which is annoying, isn't it?
If it's not working.
So we got 5.
Yeah, because...
Are all 5 of you all right?
You can see on there, look, that's why nobody's going to watch it.
Yeah. Shall we wrap this up then?
Yeah, fuck it. I'm going to go back and watch it, and we've got to sort this internet shit out.
Well, I don't know what else to do. I thought Starlink
if we were on
would be
Starlink, we'd be... Oh, well.
We did Starlink from the caravan, and that seemed to work all right.
Yeah, we were closer to outer space there, probably.
The
The satellite was nearer.
Is that what it is? I don't know why it's suddenly doing that. It's a bit weird, that. So it's choppy, but the sound is okay.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, all right. It says the stream health is
Excellent, it says there.
is higher than the recommended bit rate. The stream's current bit rate is higher than the recommended bit rate. So what, we're pumping too much of us to the internet?
I don't know.
Stream is healthy. No, well.
Oh, well. How long are we going?
How's the Yamaha XSR 900 now?
It's in my
It's
living
just
room
that
over
way.
there.
Yeah.
On an
I
oak.
can just see the back of it from here.
Can you?
Yeah, I can see the back wheel. Literally just an edge
On
of
an
the
oak
back wheel.
on an oak plank in my. It's not my sitting room. It's my other TV watching room with a spotlight on it.
Posh fucker.
It's nice to look at. Oh. Scared of starting it. Or the exhaust pipe's full of bits of Lego and.
You want to put a bag over the exhaust
collect all the
pipes?
stuff. It's not. The kids wouldn't fucking. Their backs against the walls when they walk past it because they know I'll just fucking. They go anywhere near it.
When was it? When was the last time it was started? Was it the day we picked it up? Or have you had it started since?
It's all been apart and that exhaust, the full Kroppovich put on it, and the last time it ran was as it was coming into the house.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It came in warm, did it?
Well, I was running it on the drive because I put storage fuel in it.
Yeah.
Brimmed the tank with storage fuel because I knew it was going to sit in there for a couple of years probably, and ran it so it was all through the fuel rails and the injectors and stuff. And before I stopped it.
Nice.
That was the last time it ran.
No chance of a leak in there then?
It smelt a bit for the first sort of few weeks. You know, it's just sort of settling in, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tank's gassing a bit and. Smelt a bit motorbikey in there, but no, you can't.
There's nothing wrong with that smell.
No, that sort of rubber, metal, fuel.
Yeah.
But no, it doesn't smell of anything.
No,
it just smells of air freshener in there or whatever the fuck's in there. Yeah.
Nice. Because that's going to be a video when you take that out, even if it's just to run it.
No, we do. I thought I'd get it out this summer, and
you have to wait till next summer.
Do a few miles on it, and give it like the battery's fucking. It had a new battery on it, and like a dickhead. I didn't disconnect the battery and didn't put an optimator or anything on it. And
did you get woken up by an alarm going off?
No. It hasn't got an alarm on it. I put the key in the other day. Well, the other day, fucking 6 months ago, and the battery's fucking dead as a door now.
Right.
So I've fucking ruined a brand new £80 fucking battery.
Oh, it's not doing anything.
No, it's just sit there now.
I'm sure you've got means to get a new one.
I think I have.
What question we got coming in? Which is best, storage fuel or bone dry?
Storage fuel, 100%. Well, it depends on the environment.
Why?
Well, it depends where you put it because
you don't want a lot of high humidity.
Yeah, because the sort of accepted wisdom is like inside a fuel tank. If there's rapid changes, not rapid, but if there are big deltas in temperature, then you get condensation forming.
Right. Okay.
See what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So brim it with storage fuel, and then. You can't get any corrosion then.
But if you're putting it into a sort of climate controlled place,
I think I'd be inclined
with low humidity. Would you still put fuel in there?
I
suppose it can't hurt, can it?
From my personal experience, which isn't just my own stuff that I've stored, but other stuff I've sort of stored for people and has been stored, the best outcomes are always when they're full of storage fuel.
Right.
Because you don't get any rust internally, you don't,
Yeah.
That seems to be the, I mean, I'd be stood to be corrected, but that's from my experience. I would 100% have storage fuel in it.
Massive change of subject, but you know who I was on holiday with?
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to the chap.
Right.
I don't want to say it now. We'll protect some privacy here. He said I called Jim the other day.
And you got a bloody quad bike, didn't he?
He said I called him about servicing my ATV. I said, oh yeah. I said, where is it from? He said it's from China. I said, before he could say anything else, I said, did Jim swear at you? He goes, yeah, pretty much. He said he was quite rude.
I didn't think it was rude.
No.
I'm not,
he got the message.
Yeah.
Fucking find someone else. He got that message loud and clear. Yeah, it was quite funny.
Yeah, I'm not interested. Sorry. And actually what happened, he didn't say who he was.
Oh, did he not?
No.
Right.
And what he said, I met you down the spot, which is our local pub. He said, I met you down the spot with Ben a few months ago.
Really?
Yeah, because we met him in the pub and he was in there with his missus.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Okay. I sort of remember that.
Anyway, I didn't realise who he was. I didn't put two and two together until I'd got off the call. And then I did feel a little bit bad. I thought, oh, fucking hell, if it was him...
You probably shouldn't have told him to ram it up his arse.
I didn't say that, but I did feel like fucking I could have been a bit more gentle.
Well, he got the message. It was fine. It was quite funny.
Fucking hell, that light's bright. It's giving me a headache.
Is it?
if we turn it down, will your camera
don't know.
deal with it?
The iris will open. Well, that looks alright. Look at that sky.
Yeah, sky looks nice.
That looks quite nice, that.
That's better.
Can actually see light. I can see the motorway down there. Look, is it? There's lights going.
It's not the
there,
motorway.
isn't it? What's that there then?
You can't see the motorway from here.
I can hear it.
You can hear it down in the dip, but it's not. You can't. It's too far down.
Yeah.
Don't know what that is.
So just.
Oh, is that SOS flashing?
Yeah, it might be. Just for the benefit of everybody watching, that right in the distance, the horizon, that's Wales. Not that anybody might care, but obviously westward facing there.
That's not true.
It's sort of west, isn't it?
That's not Wales. It's still Gloucestershire over the other side.
Yeah, right on the
south...
top of the hill, the horizon is...
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Right, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Because Caroline thinks the other side of the estuary is Wales.
Oh, no. Well, it depends how far down you go.
How far down you go. If you go far enough down, it is. But that's...
But it's good. You've got to go down to Chepstow.
I was on holiday over there.
Yeah.
That's where Whitemead is.
And how far... If you could drive in a straight line, how far is it, Jim?
It's like 7 miles, like that.
Yeah. It's a 10-minute drive.
But to get there, you've got to go either all the way up to Gloucester and back round, or all the way down over the Severn Bridge and back up.
The River Severn tracks all the way up
there. The Severn estuary is there.
Yeah.
So to get to the other side, it's a fucking hour's drive.
It's an hour to get over there, yeah.
They don't give a fuck about that. Why would
no,
say
maybe
that?
not. I don't know. It's just interesting, isn't it? People are watching this. They might want to know. Well, they might not. Either way, they know now, don't they? Wales, immigrant country.
I'm a Welshman.
Yeah,
fuck
that's
you.
true, yeah. But he's right, though, isn't he?
What are you looking at?
I'm just seeing if I thought the ISS was moving. It was just a bright star. Anyway, right. Any more questions? Or we could shut this down, and we'll call that another highly successful.
Fucking hellfire!
We just got to keep doing them.
We'll keep doing them. People keep.
I mean,
watching.
People.
We
are
are
going to
get to.
We've lost a viewer. Fuck.
We're going to get to some guests.
Yeah, we do need to.
That's what the ultimate plan is, and it's not just going to be podcasts.
Oh
this
no,
channel.
they say they can hear the motorway.
Can they? I told you they'd be able to hear it.
Can you really? I did. See, I've been on this laptop with somebody brush cutting behind me, and when I was on a meeting, they couldn't hear the brush cutter at all, and I couldn't hear them because it was so loud.
Okay.
Maybe it's too subtle for the noise cancelling.
Maybe. Yeah, so the ultimate idea for this channel is all the shit that isn't motorbike related we're going to do. So we've got some ideas for ridiculous videos and stuff. So it won't all be podcasty stuff.
Yeah.
We're just sort of finding our feet a bit,
Yeah.
aren't we?
We just keep doing it. Yeah. Right. Okay.
Right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much.
Those of you who turned up,
Yeah.
well done.
Hopefully it was reasonably entertaining, and if it wasn't, I'll give you your money back.
Right, I'm going to have one more drink and then we'll fuck off ski.
Yeah.
But they can fuck off ski right now.
Let's do that. Thank you,
All right,
everybody.
Thanks, guys.
And we'll put another one up hopefully in a week's time. We do try. We're gonna try and do them once a week, but you know what it's like. Life gets in the way.
Ben was on holiday, and then I was
you were
on holiday, and it just didn't work out.
It's hard sometimes just to make sort of family life work around it. And I know it's only an hour. And actually, even tonight, we both said, didn't we? Because we just had shit days today. We both said, fucking hell, if it wasn't for the fact that we put a 7:30 start on,
we wouldn't be doing it.
We probably wouldn't have done it.
I'd be in bed asleep already.
We've got to do it. But actually, once we start doing it, it's
nice,
always the
actually.
same.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's actually all right, isn't
once
it?
you
It's
get going.
that you've got to get there to do it. So we'll fucking put some effort in.
Excuse me, it's not you speaking. I'm just tired.
Yeah, whatever. Right, thank you, everybody.
Well done,
all
guys.
The best.
See you
Cheers.
soon. Bye. Is that it?